The other reason why the Lord of the Rings was so good is that everyone was living in New Zealand while they were making it. You know what I mean? And it's not like they could fly in from Hollywood, shoot a fucking couple scenes, and then fly back to their comfy, you know what I mean? New York house. Like, dude, I suck. Like, they all pretty much moved to New Zealand for 3 years. Like, the whole cast.
This is Kilo Dispatch.
Because they shot all 3 films back to back.
To Traxxas Tower. Evacuation will commence.
They were on a massive time crunch. They were still writing as they were going.
Tower pad is green. Let's move.
So everyone had to be there.
Copy dispatch 40.
Romeo Company.
You probably do at this point, Sean.
Covenant suicide squads. You gotta be kidding me. That's a negative. Keep your eyes open, trooper.
Oh god. It's exclusive. I got the box surf twice. Such a nice box surf.
Final protective fire 1. Danger close. My command, over.
Copy, Kilo 40. Firing FPF 1 at your command.
Alright, this time I'm going to just press the button.
Martin, where the hell did you come from?
Who cares? Smart, assist. Evac Team 7 to Kilo 26. We have eyes on Traxxas Tower.
Copy, Evac 7. Move to assist the evac. Over.
How do we get to the tower?
Elevator in the atrium goes down to the cargo port. Cargo port goes to the tower.
Gotta get in there.
What? Contact from the west.
Yes! Methane tanks killing other people's speedruns instead of mine.
What the hell's taking this thing so long?
We're evacuating a group of civilians on the floor below you. As soon as they reach the cargo port, I'll send the elevator back up.
Okay, let's move in and find that elevator. Okay, everyone find some cover.
I don't know
Stay
what's
sharp.
happening.
We need to
No.
hold this position. Drop ships! Deploying to the courtyards! Watch your flanks! Damn, Lieutenant. Glad you're on our side.
We in?
Let's hop that elevator and get to the tower.
You're trying to get to the tower, you're too late.
I don't know,
Corvette over the starport.
In my opinion, King Cobra,
Cargo port's impassable on foot. Rooftop
and
evac
here's my
squad.
opinion,
We could use the
none of the
executive
complaints
landing
about the
pads,
show
except
that
there's
can
no
be in
easy
any
way to
way
get there.
construed
A group
or
of
misconstrued
ODST
as
specialists
political
working
are
a
valid
plan.
complaints.
They might appreciate
There are
some
plenty
backup.
of complaints about the show and reasons why the show is subpar
Other side of the hall,
and not as good as Lord of the Rings that are nothing political at all. So it is a bit weird to me when people have complaints about the show that are political or could be misconstrued as political when there are so many just completely non-controversial bad things and that everyone can agree on are pretty bad about the show. You know what I mean? It's like, why would you fixate on these small little things that may or may not be political according to some people when you could just point at things that everyone can agree on as bad, like, you know, the costume design and the weird story choices, casting, and the costume design, and
Head up to the roof level, Spartan. There's the pad. East end of that tower. Other side! Other side! Entrance is on the other side! Spartan, over here! Incoming battle! Clear that pad, Spartan!
one grunt hanging around. Bam. Yeah, but in my opinion, if people are going to complain about altered source material, they should complain about altered source material in the
Birds away.
in the original, like in the movies. They altered the hell out of that source material, and it was fucking awesome. So altered source material is just not an issue at all in any way. To me. So like my brother, for example, had a thing where he was like, why are elves, why are there, and my brother's brown, right? So my brother's brown.
Pulling back.
But he was like,
We've all got orders to evacuate.
my brother found it weird
some
that
of
there
us just
were
don't like
people
leaving
of
the
color
job
playing
half
roles as
finished.
elves,
Evac
right?
transport Delta 15
And he's
is
like,
evac
you know,
dispatch.
elves were all white
Loaded up,
in
ready to
the
go.
Delta 15, this is
original
evac
movies.
dispatch. Copy that. Proceed at your
And I was like,
This is your ride.
elves aren't humans, bro!
Way too hot.
But we're
That's
humans, and so they have to play them with human actors. But Tolkien's source material said that
Can you
you couldn't possibly look at an elf and think it was anything other than an elf. You couldn't possibly, I can't stress enough, you can't possibly look at an elf and think, oh, that could be a human. You know what I mean? Whereas in the movies, elves look pretty much like humans. Like, you know, you put a hood on them, put a hood on Legolas, it could be a human. You know what I mean? But no, actually in the book, you know those scenes, like when Frodo's sick and Arwen shows up and she's like glowing and like floating? That's what elves look like. They're literally walking spirits. You couldn't possibly look at an elf and think that it looked like a human in any way. But there are limitations,
This
right?
is civilian transport
we
6
use...
Echo 2. I need to go now, Sergeant Major.
Hold on, Echo 2.
Well, there's that too. Knowledge rocks, but like, I'm just getting into the like the source material stuff, right? So like,
As soon as something frees up,
essentially, if you wanted to draw the line and say, hey, we should only get fair-skinned actors to play elves,
Negative, Echo 2. I can't cover you. Do not
you're
take
already
off.
drawing the line by getting humans to play elves in the first place. Do you know what I mean? Like, Hugo Weaving does not look like an elf. He's not even like, Hugo Weaving is a terrible casting choice for an elf as Elrond. Hugo Weaving looks like a, you know what I mean? Like, but he fucking nailed it because he's an amazing actor. But like, look at all the other elves in the movie, in the original series. They all look fucking they all look like fucking angels. You know what I mean?
I can't watch this.
They
Box
all look
actual.
like angels.
we send search and rescue
Hugo
birds?
Weaving as Elrond looks like a fucking dude
Negative dispatch.
straight out of the pub from New Zealand, and that's literally what he is. You know what I mean? But no one complained about the casting choice because he fucking acted his tits off. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not all about casting choice. It's not, you know, most of the in the original trilogy, most of the elves have this angelic look and Tolkien-like feel to them. Except Elrond, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Some Tolkien purists have issue with Elrond's casting because they say that he just, you know, doesn't fit. Like, I'm talking about in the original films. But yeah, not me.
Civilian transport 7 Echo 3 to Fox Actual. My engines are hot, waiting for your go.
Copy that, 7 Echo 3. We're working on it. That's the first missile battery, Lieutenant. Get it on. First battery is online.
You ever just like
Other ones
boost
to
and
ignore.
lose yourself
Sergeant
time?
Major, Covenant are banging on my bay door. I got families and wounded on board. I gotta get airborne.
Easy, 7 Echo 3. Spartan's gonna clear the skies.
That's
This
it,
is an
battery's
ILPV.
primed. Now get over to the East Complex and fire those missiles. Sergeant Major, the Coveys are almost through my door.
Steady, Echo 3. That Corvette is still up there.
Yeah, it is.
Missile defense online.
Two easy PBs in 2025, boys. Yeah. We got Alnuis. We got Exodus. We got me molding about Lord of the Rings in my fucking PB. But yeah, Rings of Power is fucking shit. I said it. Nah, I think it gets better. I just can't get through the first season, guys. I just couldn't get through the first season. Yeah, I'm sorry I had to distract from this fucking excellent podcast. Need to snip this shit before I forget.
Your report will have to wait, Lieutenant. The Covenant are jamming all comms to command. Cat needs your help running a counter-op. It's good to have you back. Sorry I came alone. Make him proud.
That's what I said to your sister last night.